Simple past tense. The simple past tense is a verb form that expresses actions that occurred and were completed in the past. You have to take note of this simple past so that you do not confuse it with present perfect tense. Let me share with you another explanation. This says the action that happened at some specific time in the past. At some specific time in the past. It happened in the past and it was at a specific time. So how do we structure simple past? The verb structure that I explained a few days ago, where I said we have V1 base form, V2 and V3. The V1 is the base form, the V2 is the past tense, and the V3 is the past participle. For instance, when you use the verb go is the base form, went is the past tense, and gone is the past participle. So it's that V2 that we use in simple past tense. And also note that the verb is the same whether you use a singular subject or you use plural subject. So if I say I went to school, it is still she went to school. It is they went to school. It is he went to school. You understand? So she ate an apple. They ate an apple. So it's still the same thing. They didn't go to the party. So if you now want to form it in question, you will introduce didn't. Remember, we explained the difference between do, does, and did. So we use did to form the past, the question of lexical verb. Then if you want to form that is the negative structure. They didn't go to the party. The sentence, the question will be, did you finish your homework? So let's look at some examples. She walked to the park yesterday. We completed the project ahead of schedule. Now, if you want to change she walked to the park yesterday to question or to negative, it will be she did not walk. Please take note. It is not she did not walk. No. It is she did not walk to the park yesterday. He didn't play soccer yesterday, not he didn't play. Did you finish your homework? Not did you finished. Did she call you yesterday? Not did she called you. But if it is the positive sentence, you must add those past tense marker. Worked, completed, traveled, finished. Now let's look at this also. It said rules. The action happened at a specific time in the past. He went to the market last night. He traveled last year. 2 or more consecutive actions that happened in the past. He entered the room, switched on the light, and fell flat on the bed. The finished action of the past. My grandmother used to hand wash her clothes. Take note, we use used to for an action that was your habit in the past. To talk about the people who are no more in this world, Albert Einstein presented the theory of relativity, not present. Time and date expressions. The manager joined this office 2 days ago. I am very sure you understand that. Past continuous tense. When do we use past continuous tense? We use it to describe actions that were happening at a specific time in the past, often interrupted by another action. You have to understand the continuous, ongoing. Then the past is talking about a specific time in the past. Look at the example. I was watching TV when the power went out. It shows that you were doing that thing when another thing happened. And make sure that other thing that happened is in the past. So it will be wrong for you to say, I was watching TV when the power goes out. No. Past, when the power went out. Now, let's look at the formula, right? How do we structure it? The positive is you have your subject and we use 2 auxiliary verbs which are was and were plus ing verb. She was studying at 7 p.m. If it is the negative, you are going to put what? You are going to put not. They were not playing. She was not playing outside. If it is question, you are going to invert it. Was he sleeping when you called? Were they sleeping when you came? So that is how to form past continuous tense. And what are the usages? 1. Action in progress at a specific time. For example, she was reading at 8 p.m. Also, we use it to express two simultaneous past actions, that is, two actions that were going on at the same time. He was cooking while she was studying. Interrupted past action 2. I was sleeping when the phone rang. We use it to set the scene in a story. The birds were singing and the sun was shining. All in all, what you need to understand is that past continuous is expressing action that was in progress in the past. Past perfect tense. The past perfect tense is a grammatical form that we use to indicate an action that was completed before another action or time in the past. Now, what they mean is that when we use simple present tense, when we use past perfect tense, what we are saying is that two actions happened in the past, but one action happened before another. You went home. Your mother left for church. The question is, okay, when you got home, did you meet your mom? No, you didn't. That means your mom had gone to church before you got home. So the action that happened first in chronological order, the first action that happened will be in past perfect, and you use had to represent it. And the second action that happened will be in simple past. My mother had gone to church before I got home. I had left before my mother arrived. So that is past perfect tense. She had finished her homework before dinner. You can see. And we use had plus past participle. That's verb number 3. Now let me give you another slide. Look at it. She had cleaned the room when I got home yesterday. Look at the lady standing with mopping stick. That means the room was cleaned when he got home. Look at him coming. You can see. So that is what past perfect tense. The structure is you will add your subject with had with verb number 3. She had written an essay. He had drawn the sketch of a map. The match had finished when I reached the stadium. Look at it. The fact that the match finished and the fact that you reached the stadium, which one happened before another? So in that order is when we use past perfect. Past perfect continuous tense. It refers to an action that was ongoing at the past, that it started in the past and continued up to a specific point in the past. And we form it by using had and been. Remember, B-E-E-N. Remember, we did the difference between B-E-E-N and B-E-I-N-G. So, then followed by the base form with ing. She had been studying. She had been studying before the exam. That is, describe an ongoing action before a specific point in the past. Both happened in the past. The exam happened in the past. The fact that she had been studying also happened in the past. That's why we use had. It also emphasized duration before another past event. They had been living in the city for 10 years before moving. It also showed cause and effect relationship between two past events. The road flooded because it had been raining heavily. It is simply talking about actions that were going on in the past before another specific action in the past.